why German car makers are not ready for Tesla and they are not ready for the change that is coming. I will tell you that today with the ARK Invest report. And as a German, I do know what discussions we do follow here in Germany. And I must honestly admit, many people try to ignore, try to move away the reality that is happening outside of Germany. And we will talk about that today. So for Tesla chargers, we have now an update that many non-Tesla drivers are now capable of charging at a supercharger in Europe. It's not for every destination, and there's a good reason, because I do expect that Tesla takes those with low occupancy rates to open them to others, to make the use much higher than before. And then for those that are hubs where every time you come there it is packed, they don't allow non-Tesla drivers to go there. Now let's look into the ARK Invest report. You can find it on the ARK Invest page, the website. You can download it for free with your email. If you do like this content here, do consider subscribing, and let's look into the reality. The reality is that in 2017, many people expected that in 2022, we would have 2 million units when it comes to EVs. The reality is that we are at 8 million. Now, if we take that forward now, looking into 2022, and we look another 5 years ahead, we think now, what could be the reality? 20 million or 60 million? Now, this is where the discussion is open, and you can tell me what you think. But what I can tell you, German car makers are not ready. They are thinking about launching products in 2026 with software that Tesla has right now. They want to launch this software over the next 2 years, but just look at that curve. I mean, change is coming already, and they don't get it. They are announcing cars and they are trying, but trying is not helping you to succeed. You really have to go all in. And that is something that I'm missing from some German car makers here. Now let's look into what gasoline cars, when it comes to growth, are seeing here. I mean, you don't see any growth. We see a decline of 6.9% in 2022, a very tiny growth of 1.7% in 2021. But this was only because in 2022 no one bought a gasoline car because we had lockdown. So that was the only reason growth was happening there. Then in 2019, before all what happened with Corona, already a decline as well. So what's happening in the EV business? We need and we have higher energy density when it comes to the battery evolution. And this will happen as well with car business. And we have as well a higher battery capacity. Now, this is an example of the iPhone, but of course, we are talking about the same thing for car businesses. So we just take that here. We need better batteries, and this is what's happening. So there will be a time when batteries will be cheaper. Batteries will be the major cost factor to decrease prices for EVs. And there will be a point, doesn't matter if certain markets are hating EVs, but there will be a point when German car makers have to move much quicker as they can think. And if we look into the changes that are ahead of us, it's not only EVs. I mean, the next step ahead is already discussed. It's already slowly happening. Investments is going inside. So not only do you have from gasoline cars the change towards EVs, and even if a car company doesn't get that, I mean, the next step is happening with autonomous driving. So if you don't get into the EV business quickly enough, you are missing already the next market of autonomous driving. And yes, Mercedes is having some sort of autonomous driving, but come on, guys, that is not where the future is. That's not the reality. There's much further stuff to do. Now, the next thing and the next change that's going to happen, lots of people like to criticize that robots are taking jobs away. I mean, the reality is we have many people, but we don't have enough people that are working. So we need in certain areas robots, and we see the numbers have increased. Since 2009, the numbers have increased by a lot. We are at close to 400,000 units per year. And we are expecting even more in 2022 and 2023. So it's clearly happening here that the demand is there, and we're going to see more efficiency, and with robots, less costs. So are you really thinking that the combustion engine, are they going to really invest into more robots to bring like new ICE cars onto the market? They're not going to do that. So this is the point here. And when we talk about autonomous driving, we have data collection. Tesla is the leading factor here. They have so many cars all over the world. They are collecting data, and they do that already for quite some time. And even though in Germany and Europe we might be very frustrated about the fact that many people have issues with the software when it comes to sign recognition, when it comes to full FSD beta version that we don't have here yet, this is a lot of frustration. And I understand that, but Tesla is moving forward in two markets. Either we have companies in China moving to autonomous mobility, and in the States with Tesla. So there's just a question of time that we're going to move forward in Europe, not the United States, sorry, but in Europe. Now, Tesla is working on the neural networks, and that is what you need to train. You need to move forward with that. You need to collect data. You need to get it better working, and you need to train it. And this is only possible with the ability to collect data. And this is where the next factor comes in. If you don't move into EVs, you are missing out of collecting data. If you're not quickly increasing the fleet of cars sold to customers, you are missing out of data. And you're missing out of future markets because, yes, this is speculation here. I don't want to say it's going to be exactly like that. But fully autonomous driving is going to come. It's just a question of time. And where we can talk about and discuss and have heated discussion is when it's actually going to happen. But it will happen. It doesn't matter what people are thinking in certain countries about this technology. The change is coming. It's just a question of time. And neural networks is just the beginning for autonomous driving, and then adaptive robotics. And then we have lots of other markets. So advanced battery technology, robots in the battery production. So there's so much happening out there. So we can expect a lot of changes. And if you are not, as a German car maker, fully committed, 100%, not saying, oh, we're going to do it, but we're still going to do this and this. No, fully committed. If you're not moving in there, you're missing out of a lot of markets out there. And we see that with Toyota right now already. VW is much further as Toyota. We have to respect that, but there's lots of work to do. And there is as well energy storage, next big business. Tesla is in that. We all know about that. And they're going to lead this. And so we have robotics, energy storage, artificial intelligence, and then all the other parts that are coming with it, like public blockchains, Bitcoin. That is the topic of ARK Invest as well in the report. If you like to talk about this topic, it's not only a German side, it's as well English. You can rate your Tesla, guys. Do that. It is so fun. Check out ecarreview.com, and you can also talk to me in my group in English or German, doesn't matter. I would be very happy to have you there, welcome you there, rate your Tesla, guys. So thank you very much for being here today. I really appreciate your time.